What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993. We're down here again, well, in the basement. I didn't say in my last video, but my sister's trying to sleep upstairs, so I kindly came down here to do my reviews. But again, we're catching up tonight really quick. We're going to talk about this week's episode of NXT, the July 13th, 2021 edition that took place at the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. This was the Fallout show from NXT's Great American Bash, and we're on the road to the next takeover, which again, hopefully is Takeover Las Vegas, and is located in Vegas. I have heard rumors that this will be a Capitol Wrestling Center pay-per-view, which shouldn't be. Again, they brought a live audience back. Why can't NXT go back in front of a live crowd? Well, they are, but one, go back to Full Sail, and two, go in front of a live crowd for a pay-per-view, which would be very well needed, especially since NXT, again, is starting to get its groove back, getting its mojo back. This week's show I thought was good. An excellent main event, excellent ending to the show also. We'll talk about that. Some of the things that, interest me. Some stuff I was just a little bit of a head scratching at. Some things I was confused about. But yeah. So, there was some things I liked, some things I didn't like about the show, but it was still overall a good show. And again, it's definitely, catching my eyes a little bit more, and I'm feeling a little more fired up about NXT again, which is a good thing. Like I said, we're just going to keep moving quick, do this one, do SmackDown. I'll do my Money in the Bank preview predictions in the morning, and then I'll be off on my merry way, then enjoy my weekend. We got Mark in a live chat. He says, "Hey Mike, first they break up Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart for no reason, and sent Tegan Nox away when she was in the middle of a feud with Candice. I'm still wondering if they really only did that because of Bayley's injury, but yeah, it still does look awkward the way how they did that. I do agree. Also, remember, Shotzi Blackheart apparently is just Shotzi now. And unless I saw it, she was still labeled as Tegan Nox, but they were calling them Shotzi and Nox. So, yeah, I'm hoping they're not changing. Shotzi Blackheart just being Shotzi, I can live with, I guess. But they make Tegan just Nox, that's gonna be very stupid. But I do agree. I feel like there was some unfinished business there with Tegan Nox and Candice LeRae, and they could have had Tegan Nox feud for the NXT Women's Championship, as she definitely could have been. I actually just read a rumor the other day that originally Tegan Nox was supposed to be the first ever NXT UK Women's Champion, but her injury ruined that, unfortunately. But it's all good. She still turned out good, fine, except for the fact that, again, she for the fact that she got injured again recently. So, but I think she'll be okay, but we'll see. But let's just briefly talk about the show. Ember Moon took on Dakota Kai to start off, as there seems to be some unfinished business between them. Match was pretty good. Of course, Moon came out by herself, while Dakota Kai came out with Raquel Gonzalez. They had a good match. They was put on pretty good matches. Dakota Kai won with Raquel Gonzalez distracting Ember Moon, and Kai capitalized it with her go-to-kick finisher as she wins. But then after the match, the lights goes out, and Xia Li comes down and marches to the ring and basically challenges Raquel Gonzalez to a match. And I think we're getting this match next week, I think it is. So, just for a regular, weekly, like a weekly televised show for a match, fine. I don't know, like I said, I'm a little confused still what they're doing, of course, with these dynamics still. Like I said, they're having, Raquel Gonzalez, even though she's a heel, she's done nothing but face, well, she faced Mercedes Martinez, who's supposed to be a heel, even though she's positioned as a face in this feud with Xia Li. Of course, Xia's probably got a little more heat after giving, which was an accident, of course, giving Mercedes Martinez that concussion, was it like a week or two ago, in that mixed tag match with Xia Li and Boa taking on Jake Atlas and Mercedes Martinez. But, the dynamics continue to be a little bit odd, but, it is whatever. You also get a video package of Malcolm Bivens and Diamond Mine saying that they're open for business. He makes an open challenge, and Bobby Fish interrupts to accept. Roderick Strong says after he's done with him tonight, it's over, Fish. You think so? We'll see. But even though they kind of, I don't know, ignored the fact that Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish were once teammates. Like, I'm interested in what they do with this Diamond Mine. Well, again, I mean, it's kind of giving Roderick Strong something on his own to do. But, like I said, it's like, the whole breakup with the Undisputed Era was just a little bit weird. Because it's really been only focused on Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. It's just like, it's like, where did the rest of them stand? Yes, Roddy's a heel doing his own thing, but it's like they're ignoring the fact that he was part of the Undisputed Era. And Bobby Fish as well, other than, they tease, someone when he made his return and helped Kyle O'Reilly, and they're like, good to see you again, but it's like they're off doing their own thing now. A little bit weird, but, we also have this video package for Ike Manjiro, who's one of the participants who participated later in a match against Duke Hudson in the NXT Breakout Tournament. He basically says, don't let my good looks fool you, I'll kick your ass. He also tells us that Eichmann means handsome in Japanese, and he will win the NXT Breakout Tournament. Not bloody likely, but, who knows. And Cameron Grimes, again, is on his first days as being LA Knight's butler since he lost to the match him last week. He arrives at Knight's mansion, and Knight tells him to meet him out back and slams the door. Knight then forces him to get a haircut and shave, and Knight thinks it's embarrassing to look like a penguin in the suit. But Grimes is happy with his makeover and tells Knight he's just jealous because he's that good looking. Could be here or there, but Bobby Fish then took on Tyler Rust, and Tyler Rust gets the win over Bobby Fish. And then as Diamond Mine surrounds Fish, Kushida comes down and makes a save. It basically leads to next we're going to be having a tag match with Kushida and Bobby Fish taking on Roderick Strong and Tyler Rust in a match. There's a backstage segment also with Samoa Joe giving Karrion Kross the rules, saying protect yourself at all times, obey his commands, and because you understand. And then Kross ignores him and says, do you understand? But then Kross says, I'm going to tell you what I understand. Screw me out of this match, and you're the one who will be dealt with. Then Joe says, I'll take that as a yes. Teasing the hell out of a match between the two of them. We see The Way arriving, but then Indy Hartwell was stopped by friendly advice about Dexter Lumis, courtesy of Beth Phoenix. Something in life, you just gotta take a chance. And of course, they're still teasing Index, as they're calling that romance storyline, which is weird. Saray then defeated Gigi Dolan in a match. Looked solid. Santos Escobar also has a promo saying how Isaiah Swerve Scott may be a winner winning that North American Championship, but he's very unlucky because he's got one thing he wanted from Bronson Reed. And then they mocked the Hit Row Cypher, and then Escobar, speaking of the class, he calls Dexter Lumis a loser who's in love, and he's going to give him a loss in the ring. And then they had a match, of course, with Dexter Lumis and Santos Escobar, and Escobar wins. And then they have a confrontation with Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma, which, fine. I don't know, like I said, I'm pretty sure with how over Hit Row is getting, Triple H maybe always maybe consider turning them face. I mean, yes, I still always say I still feel like Isaiah Swerve Scott turning heel was super random, but it has worked. In some ways, and I guess, them getting over probably going to mean they're going to turn face, so obviously it feels like them viewing with Legado del Fantasma is basically them testing the waters, but hopefully it'll lead to a tag match where Top Dollar and Ashante the Adonis win the tag titles off of MSK, which again, I love MSK, but again, we have, something going here though with what's it called? Hit Row, which fine by me. Before that match, though, we also had a segment with Duke Hudson, who says he's not perfect, but he's got to be close. Straight from Adelaide at 6'5", 270 pounds, best back in the business. You can go ahead and call him the breakout champion. The other 7 won't mind. They don't have a chance of winning against him anyway. So basically, we're establishing him as a heel in the tournament. Uh, um, Wade Barrett does an exclusive interview with Kyle O'Reilly, who says, "Wade, you know losing is part of what we do. It's a part of life. And where was the killer instinct? I don't know. He wants his soul back. Now he's wondering if he needs it back." Wade says, "You're saying you need to make some changes." O'Reilly says, "I know it could be Adam Cole. I've beaten him before, but what matters is how you walk through the fire. We can meet on the sidewalk or we can meet in the rain. I'm not just the guy who will be Adam Cole. He's the guy who can and will finish Adam Cole." Which again is leading to probably a third match at the next NXT TakeOver show, hopefully in Vegas. Back with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes. Grimes was then told to mow Knight's lawn. And Grimes, do you think this thing is a big lawn? No problem. Wait till he gets on the bush hog. I tells him, no, you're going to do it with this little push mower. But he's like, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. My grandma used to chase me through the yard with this thing, but then Knight goes, just get it done before I come back. He's like, no problem. Basically showing that a story about, hey, even though Cameron Grimes is, being bossed around by LA Knight is not intimidated by his tactics, basically. Cameron Grimes is not intimidated by his tactics, which is cool with me. We also have Indy Hartwell trying to carry Dax Lewis to the back, but she trips on the ramp and falls on top of him. Right as they're about to kiss, Candice runs down and interrupts them. We also have a fun match with Duke Hudson and Ike Manjiro. Again, breakout tournament, first match. That was pretty fun. Duke Hudson, though, gets the victory. We also have Pete Dunne backstage saying how he doesn't care who wins in the main event tonight. Find Gargano and ask him who the man is around here. Find Cross and ask him about the triangle choice. He had no answers. He's the baddest man here, but then Timothy Thatcher interrupts him and says, well, which is it? Dunn like, who's asking? Then Tommaso Ciampa brawls with Dunn and Lorcan to take us to a commercial break. Random. So now we're having Dunn and Lorcan now have random ass tag matches, even though they're a random ass stable, even though it's not really much of anything since Pat McAfee left and went to commentary for SmackDown, but, strange, but, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, we had this match also with, wait, I had one thing I did not see here. Mandy Rose. Oh, I forgot to mention, during the Gigi Dolan and Saray match, Mandy Rose randomly appeared on stage. And then we have this match later on in the show with Casey Catanzaro and Kane Carter taking on Jessie Camilla and Aaliyah with Robert Stone. Catanzaro and Carter win, as they should have. And then we have Robert Stone arguing with Aaliyah, and he's like, what's wrong with you? And Aaliyah says, I've helped you more than you've helped me. I've done more for you than anyone. And then she basically beats down on Robert Stone. And then she blows the crowd a kiss and leaves saying, you deserve it. Well, rumors have it, apparently Aaliyah has been traded to Raw for Mandy Rose. Why? I mean, we all know how much of a fan I am of Mandy Rose. But of course, she was in a tag team with Dana Brooke, and it just was what it was. But now we're trading Aaliyah to Raw, and I've always liked Aaliyah also, but she never seemed like someone who was going to succeed outside of NXT. So that one kind of concerns me. Plus, also, we're bringing Mandy Rose to NXT, but now we're losing another tag team on the main roster. Like I said, they should have never, ever given both NXT and the main roster women's tag titles. Again, they should have just had Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez win the WWE tag titles off of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Again, that was just so stupid. That was just a waste. So yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with that, but I'm just like, it's whatever. Who knows what's gonna happen? So we'll see what they do whenever that happens. After though, Stone recovers after Aaliyah beats him down. Frankie Renee comes out there to and it comes with Jessica Mia, and Camilla leaves with her as Stone waves off and says, "Just go." So again, is Frankie Renee now being part of the Robert Stone brand? I don't know, but as I keep saying, they're really dragging their feet with Frankie Monet. If they're going to make her a big star, make her champion, they really got to get her wheels turning. Because yes, obviously my expectations are set kind of high for her, because I know how talented she is. Of course, as Taya Valkyrie, but so far, like I said, she's been here for 3 months. She's only had 2 squash matches. Like I said, they gotta really get the wheels going with her. She should be somebody getting a rocket ship push. But again, they are taking a while to do that. Also, we have Johnny Gargano and Samoa Joe having a meeting backstage. Where basically, tells them the same thing as Cross. And Gargano says, all you gotta do is count the 3, and I'll handle the rest. They offer him a free t-shirt and show a chance to hang out. He then gets disgusted and leaves, and Pete Dunne stops Joe and stares at him, teasing a match between them. Cameron Grimes then was still back at the LA Knight's house as his butler, just chilling by the pool, having a good time with having a drink. He said, "I said I'd be your butler, but I'm also a millionaire," and he knows how to delegate. And he basically hired a kid to mow the lawn for him. And LA Knight says, "When I demanded you to do it, you do it, not some kid." The kid comes over and says the job's all done, but then Grimes tries to pay him $500. Knight won't let him. Knocks the money out of Grimes' hand, and the kid kicks Knight in the leg. And while Grimes tries to clean up the spilled money, the kid's rake, he bumps the injured Knight into the pool. And then Knight just splutters. It was like, "You did that on purpose." And Grimes goes, "Can I get you a towel, sir?" As, basically Grimes is like, "Okay, you may have got me, but, you try to play your game, I'm going to just play it right back with you," basically. Interesting concept, I think, for sure. Adam Cole also has a segment. He comes out and says, you went through the fire, huh? You sure did, Kyle, and you got buried by Adam Cole, baby. He's sick of talking about Kyle. He wants to talk about us. Well, he wants to talk about Samoa Joe. The big bad man who snuck up behind him and put him in the coquina clutch. The man who stood here did nothing as Kyle tried to rip his knee from its socket. His head, how Joe is nothing but an overpaid security guard in a suit. He's not scared of Joe. He'd asked him to come out and face him man to man, but he knows he won't. And there's nobody back there man enough to even go man to man with him. Which brings up Bronson Reed. And he goes, "Hey Cole, you got to love the confidence. You are a master of the mind games, and you are a master of manipulating someone who has something to lose. He no longer has the North American title. He has nothing to lose." Adam Cole says, "Right now, all eyes are on him, and people are wondering what the next move is. And people are considering you NXT's Golden Boy. He considers him the golden opportunity. So, baby." Cole tries to super kick him, but Reed just blocks it and knocks Cole out of the ring. Then Samoa Joe comes out and walks down the entrance ramp straight towards Cole, who stares him down. And then Cole backs away, and Joe just gets into the ring and gets ready for the main event. We have the main event, which is Karrion Kross and Johnny Gargano for the NXT Championship with Samoa Joe as special guest referee. Awesome match. And of course, the crowd was super behind Johnny in this match. Again, felt like a takeover match. Felt like, again, Johnny at his best. I mean, yes, he did, give Karrion Kross a run for his money, but it was one of the things in the match where it showed, they booked Kross strong, but they also had Johnny, finally he had 9 lives, basically. And the dynamic worked really well, I thought. Usually, again, sometimes, especially with Karrion Kross, as Alea said, there's some people I feel like that have taken him a little too far, and he's selling a little bit too much. But then Johnny put on an excellent match to get the win, and afterwards, they stare each other, Joe and Kross stare each other down, and then the show ends with Karrion Kross putting Joe into the coquina clutch. Again, when provoked, he can strike, and he provoked big time on Karrion Kross, choking out Joe, making him pass out. So it looks like we are getting Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross at NXT TakeOver. And that works great for me. I'm excited to see that match. It should be good. And, yep, that's my NXT review, guys. Gave it a beat. Check the live chat. Mark says, now they break up Mandy and Dana and sent Mandy away. Oh, I read that. He would not want to be Karrion Kross. Definitely not, especially with the rumors I'm hearing from him being called up and basically breaking up him and Scarlett already, which is dumb. We got Anthony. What's up? He says, do you think they're going to add a female wrestler onto the stable with Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza? They could, but there really isn't anybody right now. But I'd be okay with that. Who do you think is the rest of the first round bracket for the breakout tournament after Duke Hudson versus what's his face Ike and Jarrow? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But so far so good. But like I said, I'm still getting to know those guys. I can't really judge it too much. Yeah, that's my NXT review. Again, I'll come back up here one more time and do my SmackDown review, then I'm going straight to bed. So yeah, guys, gave it a B. What are your thoughts on NXT for this week? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBoy93. Until then, guys, I'll see you soon for one more live review. It'll be my SmackDown review. So until then, guys, have a great night. Peace out, everybody.